Well, hello everybody. So I just figured I'd go live for a little bit and do a little chat session. I haven't been, there wasn't much going on yesterday that I could cover. For protest wise, it was very, very cold last night. It was just, my feet are freezing still. This cold front has, let me actually roll that up. I was just smoking a cigarette, which I should quit, but whatever. It's like 20 degrees outside, but it's just last night was single digits and it was freezing. But there's so much junk going around right now. Like if you scroll through Facebook, if you scroll through, whatever, even YouTube, anything really, there's just so much propaganda, hate, and coming stuff from the left. Like I was literally scrolling through earlier and it said a post from it was a United Kingdom news network was saying like that I shot a lady's hand when it was literally her hand. They flew a flashbang and she tried to throw it back at him and fucked up her hand. But that's what happens when you screw up. You can't be doing this stuff. And then so many people just blindly following this need to anti-ICE stuff. And if you really look at all the things, I just dropped a regular video that shows all the crap that's been happening that the immigrants have been doing. I mean, there's been so many deaths, so many violent crimes, so many rapes, so many murders. And the left is always, you're a pedo, but they're supporting people who are raping and killing children. It's just awful. I don't understand where our world's going at today. But it's just been, it's crazy. Like, you can't flip through the news without drama and hate. And it's just like, you really wonder where our country's going. And like, what are we becoming? What's going to become of America? It's a real wonder and a real thought. Everybody should think about what the hell is going on with America and where are we headed and what bad things can happen. And 2026 could be a really bad year. We're really lucky that a lot of these protests right now, that it's freezing cold out there and they're not getting the numbers that they should. But still, you don't see Republicans doing any of this. You know what happens when we don't get our way? We go to rallies and we get people to vote and we try to vote on what will make the world better. That's being, a constitutional republic. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to go out and you don't get your way or something bad happen. You go tear down your city and you do all this bull crap. You spread all this hate. Like what does that get you in the world? That gets you nowhere. Take it to your polls. Take people, I just don't get how the left do this. You don't ever see a Republican going out there. You don't ever see us rioting and doing that. We had one bad day, January 6th, and it's funny because the left love to call out January 6th, but they don't ever talk about the 47 people who died, in the summer of love, 2020. I mean, over 47 people were killed in those protests. Only one person was killed on January 6th. And that was a protester who was actually not even really a protester. She was Ashley Babbitt was a video blogger, and she was recording what was going on as they broke in. But it's just I don't get the difference between the left and the right, and how crazy and how far off they are. I mean, like I said, we don't do this crap. We don't just burn down our cities or riot or do this, and we don't even protest. I mean, there's nothing wrong with protesting, but we don't even do that. We take it to the ballots. We have rallies. We have all these things. We have like Charlie Kirk was killed, and did we protest? Did we burn down the things? Did we say all these bad and no, we said we had a vigil, and they had things on the prayers, and everybody was praying, and the leftists were making fun of them, and now it's I just don't get what can 2026 really bring to us. It's really scary, really knowing what's going on. But anyways, it's just, it's been a nightmare with the news and everything else like that, let alone what I'm going through. I mean, anybody to know I'm a type 1 diabetic. We live in the van, it's been so cold since that storm. We didn't get much snow. We got an inch. But boy, has it been cold. We almost froze to death last night. I don't know how we made it through last night. Last night was so painful. I can't even feel my feet still. We've got a few more days till she gets paid, and then we'll be out of this. But it's been a nightmare. Hopefully everybody else has made it through the storm pretty good. I know a lot of people got hit with that pretty big storm, so a lot of people are dealing with a whole lot colder temperatures. I think we're at that feels like a 20 right now. It's just I can't feel my feet from last night. We were in the single digits. Hopefully, by Thursday we'll be able to get into a weekly hotel and start staying there, and I already started advertising for my business, so I'm pretty happy about that. I just started putting up ads again, and hopefully our opening date will be on on the 1st, and we'll be able to start bringing in money and doing that, and not just YouTube. But like, I don't know, we live in such a crazy world, and I just want to go live for a minute. I'm not going to stay here for very long. There's not much going on right now, but I just want to, like, what is going on with the world? It's just been crazy, like, I don't honestly get it, and I'm fearful of what's going to happen, because like, I'm not fearful of a civil war or anything like that. But because the left would lose that really quick, really quick. But I'm more scared of what, like our children, and I am a grandfather, man. Like, I have a 5-year-old granddaughter and a 2-year-old granddaughter, and it's like my grandchildren have to, and my child, she's 23, has to grow up in this stuff. It's like, how is their lives going to be when they get older, when they're my age, when they're in their 40s? Are they gonna be safe? Is the United States even gonna be around? I mean, we'd be dumb to say that America's unbeatable, or because every civilization has said that. We went through so many different civilizations, so many different empires, so many different things, and they've all got conquered at one way or another, either by themselves or by anything else. I think if anything happened to America, it would be done by ourselves, because we're ignorant. And we'll eat ourselves before we fix ourselves, because we're so into hate and crime and all this bullcrap. But I don't know. Just tell me you guys' opinions in the comments. I want to upload this as a regular video as well. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, staying warm. If you guys wish to fund the channel and help us for the next couple days, we are for breezing. We would love to get a room or something, and have some food. But that is our links up there. But anyways, just hopefully everybody has a good day. Stay safe, and before you start getting in this propaganda, do your research. It's so easy to see that there's so much evil in this world coming from one side. I mean, I'm not saying the Republicans are perfect, but this is getting crazy, guys. This is really getting crazy. Have a good day.